Hey guys, it's Cecily and I am currently walking up to my studio apartment that is given to me as part of my au pair contract deal. They are called Chambre De Bonne, and a lot of au pairs actually have this kind of living arrangement given to them when they move to Paris. The typical apartment owner owns one of these rooms on the top floor of this apartment building in order to house the staff that works in their household, and they were first introduced in 1830. And today I'm going to be showing you guys what I do in my Chambre De Bonne when I'm having a day inside. Alright guys, so now I'm currently back at my place. I'm going to show you guys what I do to entertain myself in such a tiny space. When I typically wake up, I find it kind of difficult to just roll out of bed just because of the fact that it is so small in here, and the bed takes up pretty much 1/3 of the space in here, or 1/4. That's me kind of pushing it. So what I typically do to kind of feel productive and push myself to get out of bed is I use a Spotify playlist specifically for the morning time, which typically gets me in a more active and pumped up mood. And the one that I typically listen to in the morning is one that is called Hand Me Downs. So on here I just have a lot of indie music. For example, I listen to Two Door Cinema Club a lot, The Wombats. I think you get the idea. And then if I'm not feeling that playlist, I will typically go to another playlist called Bop Tracks. And this is just a bunch of songs that kind of really get me bopping pretty much. I love listening to this, especially in the morning, just because of the fact that it's so upbeat and fun to listen to. Music has the ability to affect your mood, and it allows you to perceive the world differently. So choose your music wisely in the morning. I love to listen to something more upbeat to motivate me to wake up and get a good start on my day. And of course, good music always leads to a good dance party. So here I am doing that. After I set the tone with some music, I typically love to kind of pull out a notepad or one of my journals and write some kind of to-do list down. So let me look for my notepad really quick. Right now, I'm going to show you the typical things that I would kind of write on my to-do list for a normal day before I have to go au pair in the afternoon. So personally, I'm a very visual person, so it helps me so much to have a physical piece of paper with all the tasks that I really want to get done for that day. And just being able to cross everything off at the end of the day successfully is a really good feeling, knowing that you got all those errands done before you actually have to go au pair and work your shift for the day. So that is another thing that I typically do in the morning time. If I have something good to read, and I have a lot of books that I am planning on reading, and I have time to entertain myself here at home, I typically will pick something off my bookshelf just here. Voila. And I will read some books. What I will usually do is I go to a small bookshop that is not far from here, and they have books for such good prices over there. I have bought books from this bookstore for 50 cents up to €3. So that's an incredible deal. After I finish reading them, like I said, I will donate them. Alright, so if reading isn't really your thing, the next thing I will recommend you to do, if you're trying to entertain yourself in such a small space, if you are staying home and you're planning to just chill all day at your place and your petite chambre de bonne, I really recommend to reach out to your friends and family and just have a nice quick chit chat with them. And it's always good to socialize. It's so good for our mental health and for our own well-being in general, because knowing that there are people there despite the fact that they're not there physically is always great. Don't forget to pick up your phone and send over that text, put that FaceTime call in. As an au pair, it's not always possible to fit in a coffee or a lunch with friends before you have to do your shift, especially on Wednesdays, where au pairs in France work a little bit earlier than the normal schedule. Instead of 4:30 p.m. we will typically start our shifts at 12. You can't fit in that time to socialize or to see your friends or just have some kind of social interaction with people who aren't children or the children's parents. Definitely try to fit that in. And if you're a new au pair here in Paris, don't forget to check out the APOP forum on Facebook, the APOP website, and the APOP Instagram. On there, you're going to be able to connect with other au pairs so easy and so fast, and that's how I met a lot of my own friends here in Paris. Go check it out. On to the next thing. I really wanted to mention this one. As you guys can see, I am not dressed in my pajamas still, which is what I would typically do if I was staying home all day. But as you can see, I am dressed. If I had to rush out at any moment, I would be 100% ready to go. Speaking of getting dressed and all ready to go in the morning, despite the fact if you're leaving the house or not, studies have shown that actually if you get dressed in the morning, you're more likely to be productive just because you're kind of setting yourself up for the day. So don't forget that. And to entertain yourself in a small space, this doesn't require a lot of space at all, just you and your wardrobe, is to try out new things with your style. If you have time, a mirror, and your wardrobe, try to style your outfits differently and try new things that you've never done before. It's a really fun way to pass the time. I did this a couple months ago and I made a video on my own channel about how my style has really changed in Paris. So if you guys want to go check that out, I'll leave it linked here. I'd be so happy if you guys went to go check that out. I worked really hard on that video. Alright, next thing on the list to keep you guys entertained is yoga. As you guys probably already saw, I have my yoga mat here. I try to do yoga once every day and I have just enough space on my floor to be able to roll out my yoga mat. It is literally the perfect amount of space. Like 1 inch less and my yoga mat wouldn't be able to fit. Being in such a tiny space, I'm gonna be super honest with you guys, can feel kind of claustrophobic sometimes, but whenever I get the time to do some yoga or just do exercise in general in this area, I feel a lot better and kind of more centered. Like I don't focus on the fact that the space is so tiny anymore. It really helps to recenter my thoughts and to kind of have that gratitude for even having this space in the first place. So yoga, it's definitely on the list. Other than the things that I already mentioned, I'm also going to say the other things that I really love to do personally. I love to do painting and drawing on my free time and also journaling. I have a journal here that I just finished up and I love just spending my times writing, just kind of checking in with myself, reflecting, putting in memories from my recent travels and everything. This is an amazing way to pass the time. I'll share with you guys a page that I did recently. This was from when I went to England and Ireland for my birthday in 2019. I went to go visit my friends on the coast of South England. Here you can see us on the beach. That was such a lovely time. I had never been to Ireland before. Needless to say, I've never been to Northern Ireland before, so that was really cool. Lastly, if you guys haven't seen my Paris studio apartment tour, which is also on my personal channel, I will leave it linked up here and also in the description down below. You guys would know that I have this great little kitchen in my Chambre De Bonne. Like I said before, this is something that I love to do personally on my own, and it is not only a great way to cook yourself nutritious meals and learn new skills in the kitchen, but it's just a cool thing to know that you can create something from these raw ingredients and then make it into a delicious meal. Another thing that you can do when you have not a lot of space where you're living, but you have something that you're really passionate about and that you've been planning to start on for a long time, but you've never really had the time, sit down, get a piece of paper and pencil out and start your passion project. My passion project for the longest time was to start my YouTube channel, and I literally procrastinated it for so long. I cannot explain to you guys how long I procrastinated it for. I actually, a funny story, started a YouTube channel when I was 12, but then again I started procrastinating. Big surprise there, right? And yeah, now that I'm 20, I started my channel when I was 19, and I honestly am so happy that I finally took it into my hands and decided to start that project that I was always thinking about in the back of my head. I don't know what your guys' passion project may be. It could be anywhere from starting to write that book that you've always thought about writing, or writing some poetry, starting a new hobby or skill that you always imagined, like painting, oil painting, designing t-shirts. I have no clue. There is literally like a list of endless possibilities of things that people can be passionate about, so that's really up to you guys. If you're trying to entertain yourself, maybe don't distract yourself with little things. Maybe really go for like the big thing that's always in the back of your mind and make it today that you're gonna start that. I can promise you, you're not gonna regret it. So all of that being said, I think it is very doable to entertain yourself in a tiny 9-meter square apartment or studio, whatever you want to call it. And that being said, I think it is time for me to sign off. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in my next month's video on APOP's channel. If you guys want to see more of my videos, don't forget to check out my channel. I will link it down below like I said before, and see you guys. Bye. Mwah.